What is going on, you guys? I am back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Alpha Trion. So before we get to the figure, let's go over the packaging. So here you have your nice piece of artwork of Alpha Trion riding into the Covenant. Here's his vehicle mode. On this side you have a really nice piece of artwork of Alpha Trion riding in the Covenant. I think this is like my favorite piece of box art we've gotten so far in this series. On this side, you have the Pantheon, Prima, Vector, and Alpha Trion. And on the back, you have your obligatory product shots, the figure, the accessories, and the amount of transformation steps. So, that is it for the box. In the box, you get technically four accessories. Hold on, I gotta pop the one out. You get the remote control from, I forget the name of the episode already, but the episode where he can uses his Autobot badge to summon the Guardian robots. You get the quill. This is more the artifact than the book, but the quill, which has the ability to write things into reality. And then you have the Covenant of Primus. I really hope Toy Hacks does some stickers for this. But the outer of the book is done in the maroon red plastic the figure comes with, and then the pages are done in translucent red. And the book is backwards. Hold on. You open the book this way. You've got the Covenant page from Beast Wars. I don't know what that symbol is there. Anybody can tell me what that is, that'd be great. You got the place, like the cassette deck there. You got the buttons to play, stop, and rewind. And then on the next page, I have actual Alpha Trion inscribement on here, which is till all are one, and his logo. And you got nothing on the back pages. So, there's that. So, I'm going to put the badge back in Alpha Trion so I don't lose it. But, here is Alpha Trion in his vehicle mode, which is is concept art from, I think, IDW. Unused concept art from IDW. This definitely reminds me of Titan's Return of Scourge. Fitting, because they did use Scourge for Alpha Trion later. But he's done in this nice purple, this metallic magenta, the magenta red plastic, the silver, the gray, this metallic blue, and then this normal blue. He looks really good in this alt mode. You can store the Covenant and the quill. There's a port here, or a peg here on the leg, and there's a port on the book. Oh, there's that. And then to store the quill, there is a peg here, port on the quill, and a peg on the wing. Oh. I don't. Give me a sec. Okay, there you go. It's stored. So now you can just have Alpha Trion with all of his accessories. But, yeah. So, for comparison, I'm not transforming all of my primes again. That's too much work. Got 8 of these guys now, and I'm not transforming them all. So, the only comparison I'm doing in vehicle mode is with the Legacy A Hero is Born version of Alpha Trion, who is a repaint retool of the SS-86 Scourge. So, you can see how different they are. Same kind of vehicle modes. I think these are even the same purples. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, yeah. So, now let's get Alpha Trion into his robot mode. Oh, before I forgot. If you lift this part up of the vehicle mode, you could store a Titan Master in here. It's only really solid when you have the book in here. So if you have the book stored away, then you could have a seat, sort of. But, yeah. So, robot mode. And so here we have Alpha Trion in his robot mode. I'm going to tilt this up a little more. And this definitely screams G1 Alpha Trion. Like I've said before, it's interesting which version of the continuity, or which continuity of the characters they go with. I remember the rumors for the longest time being that this was going to be the actual design of Alpha Trion and how he looked in the Covenant. But this is clearly G1. And this is a better looking G1 Alpha Trion than what we got with Legacy. So, let's get a close-up look at Alpha Trion's head sculpt. Very nice. And like I said, this head sculpt is definitely based on how he looked in War Dawn. Which is also kind of funny because A Hero is Born is supposed to be War Dawn Alpha Trion, but whatever. Articulation-wise, his head can only rotate, and due to transformation, you've got neck movement. Arms can do a full 360. They can go in and out. Shoulder pads can move individually. Bicep rotation. Elbows. No wrist rotation. You have opening fingers. You do have a waist rotation. And thankfully to transformation. Ab and backwards. You don't get ab crunches on a transformer. His hip skirts move out of the way so the legs can go forward and back. In and out. Fly rotation. Knee bend. And ankle tilt. So he can be a pretty posable Alpha Trion, which makes more sense because this is the younger Alpha Trion, not really A3, but a younger in his prime Alpha Trion. So we can now arm him up with this thing. If you put it in this configuration, you can plug it into his arm like a shield. If you don't want him to hold it, you can plug it into the port on his butt. Give him the butt cape thing. I don't think I have that right. I'll show you a configuration I found here in a little while. So now we can give him the Covenant and the Quill. Make sure I'm focusing. So let's open his hands. The Quill, apparently, I realize this can be held in two different ways. You can put it in his hand via the 5mm peg like you're supposed to. Hold on. Well, enough. Give me a sec. Okay. So you can put it in his hand like this. Like he's just kind of gonna stab somebody with it. But I also found that you can kind of grip his fingers in between the peg, and it will look more naturally like he's writing with it. But you gotta kind of finagle his hand to hold it. And then the book, let's just open the book up, and the book will tab into his hand. Like so. Now this is where a wrist rotation would have been should have come in to play. So you can pose him as if he was writing in the book, as old men do, or you just took the quill out. Hold on. But yeah, he can read a book, he can write in a book. I just wish he had a wrist rotation, so let's take these out of here. And now show off this cape thing. So, back here, you can take the cape, and line it up like this, and then you rotate these pieces from his vehicle mode. So let's do that first. Rotate these back over as if we're going back to vehicle mode. Then put the cape in here. And then hug it around the piece. You've kind of got more of his cape. That's something I saw on TFW. What I like is these back. Or untab his wing. Fold it out like this. Wait, yeah. Wait. Now hold on. I don't know. I guess I don't remember how I did it. So there's Alpha Trion. Now let's bring in some comparisons. Alright, so starting off with the most recent review, we have got the Deluxe Class Micronus Prime. You see how they look together? They look really good. We have Deluxe Alchemist Prime with the Cyberverse McAdams Build-A-Figure hammer with Deluxe Solus Prime with Voyager Legacy United Vector Prime. I don't know what to expect with him come next year. With Voyager and she just falls. With Voyager Prima. And to conclude the comparison with the Primes, here we have Leader Megatronus. And then just for some Optimus Prime comparisons, here we have with the Legacy, A Hero Is Born, Orion Pax. And with the Studio Series 86, Optimus Prime. And then finally, here he is with the Legacy, A Hero Is Born, Alpha Trion. Now, again, it's good to have another retail version of Alpha Trion. This was an exclusive. If you did not get these two, you sorely missed out. Because this was not a bad Alpha Trion. But I think this one's better. This is old man, I'm going to sacrifice my life to make the aerial bots Alpha Trion. This is the one that built Optimus Prime from Orion Pax, built Elita 1, and stands among the Primes. I do hope maybe down the road they will give him the old man face with the beard, but I don't know how they're going to do that with his transformation. And maybe replace the gray with white. I don't know. I would have liked some more of the magenta-ish, more of this pink here on the back, this magenta here. I would have loved some more of that across the figure. I mean, his head has it. You have like some metallic up here at the top of his head, but you have it there. But I love this version. This is going to stay on my shelf as my G1 cartoon Alpha Trion until I possibly get another one of him. I don't know. But with that being said, I really like this version of Alpha Trion. It's good. It's a good figure. I mean, even if you're not buying the Primes, this is a good substitute for the Legacy Alpha Trion. He poses really great. He looks great with some of the other figures. Not just the Primes. Hold on. But yeah. I don't know what more I could say about this guy. He looks great. He just overall feels great. So, if you guys haven't picked this up already, you really should. But he's a great Alpha Trion. So, this has been the review of the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Alpha Trion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.